Hey everybody, it's Carla. Welcome to the Happy Bookmaker, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. So today we're going to work on this little junk journal that we completed together. As far as the construction, I had gotten as far as constructing, the cover and covering it, and then we added together the signature pages and decorated the cover. And so I was debating whether I should just go ahead and decorate it, like we're doing France and Flowers and the Merry Little Junk Journal. But I have so many projects going on right now that I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and make it one of my blank page junk journals in my Etsy shop, where I include a packet, like a starter packet of ephemera, just like little decorations to help decorate the pages. And I also do a pocket on the front, in the back, inside covers, and include a piece of stationery in each one of those. So that's what we're going to work on today. And I'm also going to try something a little bit different. I hope it's not a mistake. So I want to make one of those elastic kind of, something to kind of hold the book shut, because I decided not to do a tie closure on this. It's nice to have something, I think, to kind of keep it shut. So the complicated part of this was that, I'm not going to know really how fat it's going to get, because that depends on the user and how stuffed they want to make it. So, I'm going to have to finagle this a little bit, and it's going to be some guesswork. But I did look up, how long should your elastic be compared to, and they had like waist measurements. Well, I mean, I figure it's kind of the same thing. And most of the time it was like your overall stretched length should be about 2 times what your unstretched length is. And again, it's hard to know how fat this is going to get. I also don't want it to be too loose, before it gets filled. So this is kind of what I came up with. It's about 17 inches. And if I had done twice what the book was, it would have been, actually this is 13 inches. So it would have been like 17 inches to do like the whole, you know what I'm saying? Like if I measured like when it's open like this and went around, it would have been like 17 inches. Anyway, it was too big. It was too floppy. And so anyway, we're going to try it. We're going to see how it works. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm going to be doing this in front of you, but I think it's going to work out okay. And I have 2 pieces of news. I have been working on editing my videos a little bit. Nothing fancy, and I'm not adding music and all that fun stuff, but I am getting to figure out how to cut parts out that are taking too long. And I haven't figured the speeding up thing yet, because you have to like mute your voice, otherwise you sound like one of the chipmunks. And so there's that. So I'm working on it. And one of my sons, I have twin boys. They are big grown-up boys, and one lives here in Colorado and one lives in New York. And the one in New York is going to be, he's moving west. So I'm going to be going out there, and we haven't decided the date yet, to help him move back, because he needs a little hand moving back with somebody riding along with him. I'm not gonna drive the truck, but he has a kitty, so that's going to be interesting. Moving a cat across the country, that's going to be fun. We'll see how that goes. But so that we've got 2 people to kind of help do all that stuff. So I'm excited, obviously, always excited to see him, and excited to get him. He's going to be staying with us a while, until, wherever the final move ends up being. But I am thrilled. I don't know. I'm going to try not to miss any videos, but we'll see how that goes. Because I just don't know how long it's going to take and the dates at this time. So I just wanted to let you know, just a little update. Okay, so let's start by making some holes with our crocodile, because I feel like this is the best way to do it. And I think we're going to do the, oh yeah, that's right. Okay, we're gonna do the 3/16 hole. And I didn't like really look up to watch anybody else do this, but I just feel like I should be able to do this. Okay, so let's go in about, I don't know, an inch or so. I'm gonna do it from the outside in because it gets a little bit raggedy, it seems like, on the outside, on the inside, like on the other side. So I gotta make a mark with something here. Let's see here. We'll use our little black, it's not really a Sharpie, but it's basically the same thing. And I have to decide about where do I want this to fall? So probably around here-ish, you know, so it's not falling off the end, but it doesn't have to be completely, you know, all the way, it doesn't have to be all the way over, and it doesn't have to be too far in. I have like an old planner that had the same thing, and I kind of looked at that to see how they constructed it. So, you know, that's what I'm kind of going off of. So let's pretend that this is right. But I also want to make sure, come to think of it, we don't want to get in the way of this either, right? So let's make sure, because this is where it's going to be going around. So let's make sure that that looks okay. That's about an inch in, so yeah, so we're okay there. So about an inch in and an inch down. Okay, let's see, so about an inch in and an inch down. And that we're just gonna poke a hole. And that's, yeah, boy. Hey, I'm getting good at this eyeballing thing. About an inch in and an inch, that's a little more than an inch. Luckily this is dark, so we're not gonna see that. And make a little dot there. Okay. Here we go. So let's get our guy lined up here. And I know that this is gonna go through quite nicely because this thing seems to go through everything. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, and we have a hole. We have a hole. Okay, now the other side. I guess I can do it like this. Okay, we have holes. Yay. Okay, so, and this is what I was talking about, like it gets a little bit, you know, messy on the inside, but this is going to be covered up by a pocket, so we're not going to worry about that. So the way they did it was they kind of threaded through here and like something like that, and something like this. Come on. Okay. And then, let's see, I just want to make sure that I'm doing this right. And then when you fold it around, yeah. Gee, if I could just stop here, we'd be in great shape, wouldn't we? It is a little, here, it's a little twisted, but it's not going to be. Okay, so, just as a little test. Yeah, I mean, this isn't that, I was afraid it was going to be too loose, but that actually is pretty good. And it should give a fair amount of give. I can make those little flaps on the inside a little bit shorter. Okay, I'm relieved. That actually worked out pretty well. So we're just going to use Fabrifix glue. I mean, I would think that this should be more than sufficient. I'm going to make these a little bit shorter because it did seem, oh, without pulling it out, which I just did, it was actually in there really well. And I want to make sure that I didn't twist this. No twisting allowed. Okay. Because it wasn't loose at all, and so that's what I was really concerned about was, you know, before it gets filled, you know, I don't want it to be just flip-flopping around. That's kind of unattractive looking, I think. Let's make sure that we did okay. So it's on there, but it's not, you know, yeah, I think that looks good. Okay. Yay, maybe me first time. And I have aspirations to make some journals, not junk journals, but more like a writing journal, aka diary, because you know how we used to have the diaries, right? I came across one of mine, I think I only had one, from when I was a little girl a while back, and boy, it was embarrassing. The kind of stuff I wrote. Today we had hamburgers for dinner. I don't know. I guess that was as exciting as my life got at that point as a little girl. But anyway, it reminded me that really not a junk journal, but a journal really is a diary of sorts, you know. And now we've got, you know, junk journals where we're adding all the fun stuff, the ephemera and all that fun stuff, and that's all cool and good. But I want to create writing journals, and I got some really cool paper. And when I do that, I'm going to be doing this sort of elastic closure on those. Okay, so we're going to let that dry, and then the sleeve or the pocket is going to go over that. So let's start over here. Let's start with and that was part of what I kind of used to kind of guesstimate how fat this could get, and it depends on the person. So I've got a couple of little bundles of stuff here, and I think, let's see, which one should we put in the front and which one should we put in the back? Because we need to have, I think this is gonna be, so I love this, right? Okay, how cool is that? The leopard print with this. I'm gonna call it elegant script. I don't know what else to call it, but that'll make a really pretty pocket. And then back here, we are gonna use this Heidi book page. I just think it's so cute. It's you know, gonna be long enough so we can cover up all of this stuff. And I just have to decide like how much of this I really am interested in showing. I mean, I love this whole thing. We may not be able to show the whole thing. I could just show verbiage. I could do that. Or I could try to show as much of this cute picture as possible. I mean, that might work. It'll be like a pretty wide pocket. Or maybe I don't worry about that. I mean, I don't know. She looks a little scary. Maybe I should cut her off. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, let's start on this one. So we're gonna make a pocket. I don't want it to be too terribly deep, but we want it to be deep enough to hold some goodies and, you know, to hold our piece of stationery. So let's just kind of eyeball it at about here. And I'm just gonna make a little mark with my thumb. And we're gonna cut it on the paper trimmer, which I have right next to me. I'm sorry you can't see it, but it's just too big. I can't get it in the frame. It's a beauty though. I've had it since college. I love it. And I think that's probably good enough. And what I'm trying to do is kind of cover the pink part over here, not necessarily, you know, go all the way to the end, but just the pink part. So I'm just gonna bend that up. I mean, your pockets can be obviously as deep as you want them to be. They can be, a lot of times I'll do, you know, I'll rip them, or I'll cut like a scalloped edge or something. You know, just whatever floats your boat on the day, I guess. I also, though, try not to make them too rough so that as you're stuffing things in, they don't get caught, you know, because I have done that before, thinking I was being really cool. And, you know, it was just a little too rustic. I'm gonna cut just a tad bit more off of here because we don't want to we don't want to have issues over here. Okay, and as we like to do, let's do a little inking with our vintage photo. I gave it a squirt already, just a little bit. We might put something else on top of this to kind of, you know, punch it up. Maybe a little rip of this or something. I don't know. We'll see. Let's get the pocket down first, and then we can decide. This is so pretty. Like the pink and the black and the brown together. Really pretty combination. And then after this book is done, we've got more to do on France and Flowers. We've got the Merry Little Junk Journal, but I'm real close to finishing France and Flowers Red Toile, and we'll do maybe 1 or 2 sessions together on that. It'll be done, and we'll get her in the old Etsy shop. So I've loved doing it. It's been so fun, but I'm ready. I'm ready for it to be done now so that I can work on some other things. Okay, that should be down pretty well. Let's flip over to this side. That should be down well. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to trim it off here real quick, because there's no point in showing empty page, right? And if I'm going to do this, I just love this whole thing. I'm going to cut it here, and then we'll see. I see that I do have a little bit of a jagged edge here. I'm going to have to use that probably as my guide. I mean, I guess I could rip it. Should I just rip it? Should I rip it? Should we do that? Let's try it. We can always cut it afterwards if we don't like it. Designing on the fly. That's what I call it. I did go in a little bit further, but that is because I don't want this to get too fat. I just don't know if I like it. I don't know. I think I'm going to cut it. I just don't care for that, honestly. Okay, and then let's kind of do something like this so we have like an even amount, top and bottom. Yeah, I like it better. Okay. And then just a little bit more, a little bit on each end ought to do the trick. Oh, looky there. It's kind of perfect. So then also adding this over it is going to give it even a little bit more stability. How's that? Is that down pretty well? I think it's down pretty good. I suppose I could let the glue, you know, we might do that. Just for a little added stability, like put glue all along here. We might do that because the pocket doesn't need to be really that deep. Okay. Hope you're not dry already. All right. A little blob here. And get it down. And I actually kind of like that little bit of pink showing out there. I will stick a piece of like plastic, kind of plastic. Hold on a second. I need to reach over here. One of these things in here so that it doesn't stick together. Should have done my inking beforehand. I meant to do that. Just want a little, just a little. Just like so. Oops, so cute. Who doesn't love Heidi, huh? And see, this is going in that far, which is fine. Yeah, okay. All right. And we're just gonna fold this over and we're gonna go back to work on the other side. Okay. So I think what we need to do is the piece of stationery, which I learned how to do from Pam at the Paper Outpost. And I just became sort of enthralled with making stationery. I thought this is the coolest thing ever. And I like to use scraps. So you can do an envelope where, I don't have it handy, but like there's a Graphics Fairy sort of template, and it's, you can make it any design you want, but it had like French, it was like a French theme. And you know, it's got like the flaps, and then you cut it all out and you fold it up, which is great. However, what I like about this is that you can use a small piece, a strip even, fold it over and have an envelope. Whereas you need kind of a bigger piece to do that other way. So, you know, I just really like that I can just use whatever. This is a pretty good size scrap, but so how big do we want it to be? I want it to be, I'm gonna have to get that down a little better. Probably to about here-ish. Okay, so we're just gonna fold it. I'm gonna fold it over to get my, sort of my width. And of course, they can be any size you want them to be, right? And probably dependent on your piece of paper. And let's see where bone folder went to. This is a little bit bigger one, so I'm going to trim that down on the paper trimmer. And so what you do is you just basically, I got to remember how to do this. I haven't made one for a while. Yeah, so that everything's kind of going in the right direction, you kind of like fold it. So I'm taking it, it's upside down. Now I'm going to bring it up, and then I'm going to fold it over, and I'm going to do the little circle punch. So I have like a little opening to pull out my stationery paper, and obviously glue down the sides. But what we want to do before we do that is we want to do some kind of decoration. You don't have to. You could do stamping on the inside. You could do stenciling on the inside. I'm going to put some kind of a little piece of decorative paper inside. Like, what do we got here? We could do this. And it doesn't have to be over the whole thing, because all you're worried about is what's showing, right? So what else do we have here? Oh, that can be that. So you know what I'm gonna do? I think on this one I'm gonna stencil or stamp, one or the other. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit shorter this way, but that's fine, because I just wanna do some, you know, simple stamping and inking, just so that when it's, you know, like when you flip it up, you've got some kind of little design on the inside. So it's going to be like this. Okay, so we want to just kind of get it towards the top. And press it down and press it down. Oh, that's pretty. Now you won't see all of that. And let's do a little of this. I've done it both ways, where I've taken like book page paper and lined the inside, and you know, whatever. Oops, sorry, I'm off frame. It slides around on me. I need to find a way for that not to slide. It's kind of my guideline of what is in frame. Okay, so that's that. So now we're gonna do this. We're gonna just fold it kind of just wherever you want to. You can have a little bit of a gap. Let's make it a little lower down here, so that when you open it, that's showing. And then we're gonna fold this over like this. And see, the writing is going the correct way. Fold it over. And let's do some inking before we try to stick it down. Much easier that way. And you can leave it as it is, or you can embellish the front like we are going to be doing. Okay, let's get the circle punch. We're just going to do a little, let's see, like this. Just a little, like to, you know, so you've got a little space to pull out your piece of little stationery paper that we're going to put in there. We have a little divot there. Okay. Okay. And a little crumb. Now we can do our bone folder. Did I not do this? I thought I did. Okay. Let's do a little bit across the top. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I miscalculated there, so I need to make this a little bit, because I'm going to have a little hole there. So I need to bring it down just a little bit more. That's why it's good to leave a little extra space. You see I've got some extra space. You know, just a little leeway. So that is about right there. Okay? Yeah, that's our basics. Let's glue. Obviously, we only want to do this part, so I'm going to put the glue on these flaps and set it down. We're obviously not going to be gluing it shut. Just here. And here. And close her up. Yeah. Cute. Really cute. I mean, you could stop right there if you wanted to. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. But we, of course, are going to do some stuff to it. We can let's cut our little piece of stationery paper. So what we want to make sure that we allow for the glued edges. And this is just one of those empty book pages, you know, that they have, you know, periodically throughout the books. So I like the ripped edge. So let's continue on with that idea. And maybe kind of give it a guideline of how fat we want it to be. Let's try that. And I'm going to rip it. And I'm just going to do something really simple, like a little stamp up at the top, so that when you open the envelope, right here, you see that little tiny image. And that's going to be too high. It could it be tripled? I think it's not big enough to be tripled. Or is it? I don't know. Well, I think I'm going to just do half. We're just going to do half. Okay, so we want it to be about like this. Okay, I hate to cut that off, but what are you going to do? It looks like this was ripped as well. Well, it was ripped out of the book, so obviously it was. So we're going to do that over here on this little end, just like so. Let's see if it fits. And we have a little tiny piece of stationery. Yeah, it's a little teeny tiny bit of inking. Teeny tiny. I suppose a person could mail these. For sure you could put them in another envelope and mail them. I'm not sure. You know, I think it depends on, you know, the weight and, you know, letters kind of go through the mill, you might say. You know, they get pretty roughed up, so I don't know that I would do that. It probably would get a little messed up, but you could probably try it. And let's just do a pretty little leaf on there. We want it to be up here. Ta-da! Okay, that's going inside. So we've got a little vintage book page in here. And this is just scrapbook paper scrap. Nice, easy little space here, divot or whatever to get your stationery out of. Okay, I'm trying to get it in there straight. Okay, so what are we gonna do to the front? Let's see, we've got all these little scraps. This is kind of cute. That could be cute. We've even got something like that we can use. We have this, oh, that's cute. This could also go on the back. I kind of like that. What do you think of that? I like it. I like it. Okay, here's a little tiny piece of music paper. I always like the music paper. So that could be, oh, that could be kind of cool as like lines to write on. Okay, let's just start. I'm going to do just a little corner here. And I lost my dauber. There we go. It's just to add a little bit of interest. You don't have to do that. Not at all. You don't have to do that at all. You can use glue stick. You can use tacky glue. You can use this kind of glue, Fabri-Tac, Fabri-Fix. Whatever you can find in your area. We are starting to get Fabri-Fix. It used to be that I could only find Fabri-Tac. Now I can find that. But they're the same thing, so it really doesn't matter. I don't know why it was so hard to find for a long time. It's kind of cool. Maybe just a little ruffly edge. More book paper, just to kind of put along here. Let me trim it. Paper trimmer. Kind of like that. That is cute. I like that. I mean, you can go crazy with these. You can decorate till the cows come home. I do like that. Okay. And a little more ripping. This is why I save all these little scraps, because, you know, you can use them. And then with the little burgundy-ish bow sticking on here, won't that be cute? Did I make this short enough now? Yeah. Okay. And that burgundy bow was from a scrap, and I just, you know, tied a little bow, thinking maybe I'd use it someday. And voila, we are using it today. Or is that voila? I know it starts with a V, but we don't really pronounce the V, do we? That's cute. Okay. Precious little bow. I don't think I have a direction on it. I think it's whatever way I want it to be. Okay, let's do it like this. Okay, that out a holder. I probably have way too much glue in there. Okay. I'm going to take a little paper clip just to hold that on there for a few. I have a lot of glue. Get a little bit of that off of there. I mean, it doesn't need to survive, you know, an earthquake. It just, you just want it to stay. Okay, so that'll hold that on there for a few minutes. Oh, I love it. I just love it. Okay, so on the front, what did we talk about doing? Now I forgot. There was this. There was the ruffled paper. Oh, I think I was looking at this. There, you know, we got this cute little birdie. I kind of like that, actually. And we got a little piece of vellum. We got this little guy. Oh, I like that. Let's use him. relax. And should we cut him out? Let's cut him out and see. He might be a little big, but we'll see here. You know what we should do? Use a decal, and it'll kind of look like a stamp. Yeah, let's do that. A big stamp, but a stamp. So we kind of use him up in here. Okay. And we can use our postmark stamp over him. That is a big stamp. But it's whatever we want it to be. Okay. And down she goes. You're cute. You're really cute. And this is what I'm talking about. So we'll pretend it's being mailed. And get that down here. Ta-da, it's been mailed. And let's just do this little guy. And maybe we can find a little flower to stick on here. Maybe, we'll see. I think that's cute, just like that, actually. It's really cute. Let's see, I had this little guy out. Oh, okay, I like that. What else do we have, though? Maybe instead of bling, we have a little pearl. Okay, I like that, okay. I like it. Okay, look at that, we've got one envelope. Done. Again, I have enough glue to make it through an earthquake. Okay. Now, that is gonna go in here. Oh, it's gonna be so cute. I don't wanna stick it in there just yet. Oh, I lost my paper clip. Because it's all kind of wet, so we'll move on to the back side. Should we put some paper here, though? I feel like we should put something. Something just to kind of break it up a little bit. That could be kind of fun. That could be kind of fun. And then there's always this again, this pretty book paper. Where I obviously cut out some kind of design. Oh, I like it. It's got 72 on it. 72 was a very good year. I don't remember. I honestly don't. That was a long time ago. What is that like? Oh, I don't know. You do the math. That is cute. I like it. It just breaks it up a little. Okay. Now, if I hadn't stuck glue all over this, it could have been a double pocket, but it's too late. That's okay. That is okay. I'm gonna stick that there. Do this on top of it too. Am I getting crazy? I don't know. Why not? Why not? Now we can make this a tiny little pocket. Okay. Oh, got some clumps we're gonna get off. Okay. And this will be a little tiny pocket for the owner of this journal to pop something into. Yeah, just like that. Okay, yay. Okay, we're gonna let that dry. Pull that out of there, put this here. Our envelope is drying. So for this one, let's get all this stuff out of the way. We're gonna do this for the envelope. And this is gonna line the inside, and then we've got all kinds of fun little decorating stuff here. It's just a fun little piece of paper, okay. So, I need to decide how wide I want this. I don't have to worry about upside down and that kind of thing with this one because it's not, obviously, it's really not directional. So, we just have to decide how big we want it. And like, what do we want to show? You know, like maybe, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's all so cute. I like that. How about we make sure that we show that? And I think this width is going to be fine for whatever we want to do. It'll be a little smaller of an envelope. And then we're going to just, again, fold this over, leaving a little extra room. Okay. And we want to come down to about, well, let's make sure, let's do our little circle thing again. Okay, so about, let's make it a little smaller this time. A little smaller. Flip her over. This just doesn't want to do it that way. Okay. I think it's the same size. Okay. That's the size it wants to be, and I'm just going to have to let it be. So, oh, ow. I just got a mosquito bite. Okay. A little bugger. So I'm going to now, I have to refold this. That's okay. We'll put something over that. And you don't need that much of a gap. Fold her down. Just put something fun across there. Even a little piece of raffia or something would be cute. And then we want to make sure that we're covering our little divot. This paper is super cute. Super cute. And do this. And let me cut it on the paper trimmer. I don't think I have made envelopes or stationery with you before. I don't think so. It's fun. I mean, I could get addicted to it really, really easy. And then, so let's do our inking ahead of time. You don't have to ink, and you can do different colors of ink. I kind of get in this thing where I'm always doing vintage photo. I know it, but I just love it so much. And so it doesn't really matter, I don't think. We can go down as far as we want. Let's just do the length of it and fold it up. It'll make it a little bit stronger then. So we want to mark it with our pencil. Okay. Okay. And then it's just going to fold up. And then you're going to see that with a little bit of the pink flower showing. I love it. So I'm so excited about my little trip to New York, although it isn't really, it's going to be a lot of work. You know, helping him move. And I just had a trip where I ran my legs off in Disneyland. So, like, I don't know if I'm really recovered from that yet, but I'm still really looking forward to it. I like that. I was just laying there. I like it. Let's do it. Okay. It's got a little rip on the end, but we can live with that. And it also kind of ties in with the pocket, the book paper pocket. Not that it has to tie in, but let's see, what side is prettier? Oh, this one's got more rating. Let's do this side. Okay, 282. I don't know. Does that mean anything in like numerology? I don't know. I don't know. And I'm just gonna put that across here for a little decoration, and it'll cover up my premature little fold. That is so cute. I love it. Okay. I get excited, you guys. I get excited. Okay. Okay, I gotta wipe my gluey fingers off here. And again, same business. Okay. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, what do we have for decorations? Move this back over here. We've got that on there. I don't know why I have that there. I don't remember. This is gonna be our stationery, which I know is really just a piece of scrapbook. You know, I don't know if they still make them, but they would make these 4x6 for photo matting. It might be a little more than 4x6, but the colors are perfect. So we're gonna ink it up. I might have to trim it just a tad and fold it over. Let's just do that right now. Okay. And what should we do with this? Maybe just a little inking and a nice little stamp again. I like to do this stamp so that it shows up almost like in a little window. And this is extra journaling space, or as I kind of explain in my description in my Etsy shop, that it could be used, you could give it to a friend as a gift. You know, like think of it as like a gift enclosure card or something, or note, or a thank you note, or, you know, whatever you want it to be. But I just think they're so cute. This tulip, how about this tulip? It's just kind of perfect for right there. Ta-da, okay. And fold her up, I think that should be good, yeah. All right. A perfect little piece of stationery. It's a little snug in here, yeah. And that glue keeps wanting to stick together. Okay, you're going in there. I don't care what you say. Okay, there. How cute is that? Okay, and this part's done. And what do we want to do? Anything on the front? Got some music paper. Got it. Oh, I love that. I love it. Okay. All right, cute, really, really cute. I just love that, like right in the center there. You know, this could even be a little pocket. Let's make this a pocket. And something could stick in there. I don't know what. Yeah, cute. And what else do we have here for decorating? We have these cute little, I wonder if we could use one of these on the front or the back. Do I have the right colors though? Let's see. These were digital prints from Shabby Dabby Doo-Wah, I believe is the name of the Etsy shop. Let's use one of these. And it's telegraphic cipher. All right. I don't know, but I'm kind of leaning towards this little guy. And I don't know if it'll go on the front or the back. I'm not sure yet. Well, let's see here. Oh, and I like that too. I just have all kinds of labels on here. Maybe this could go back here over a little scrap of this, maybe. And then this can go right in here. A little inking. Put that at a little angle. That's cute. And like that. No, I'm just gonna put it straight. I like it. That could go up here. It's almost like an address, isn't it? Yeah. It's even got it actually has an address. Okay. All right, I talked myself into it. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, super cute, super cute. Let's use glue stick for this one. Just because I'm getting tired of the clumps in my big glue. Yeah, that is so cute. And let's just do a little, let's go the opposite direction this time. Just like that. This is big enough maybe to use this. I'm not gonna make it a pocket this time, because we have a pocket on the front. Boy, these pinks are like right on, aren't they? And can we find a little flower in my little stash here? That could be really cute. Really, really cute. Just like that. Yeah, I think it's done. I think it's done. Okay, all right. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's put her all together. Oh, I know one thing I was thinking of. Now I know why I had this out. I was thinking I might, yeah, let's do that. Let's just rip it out and now I remember. Ink it up and then stick it on one of these pockets. Yeah, maybe that one. I don't have a lot going on in this one, but there is an awful lot of print and you know, then the image. It could go down here, but this is, yeah, that's a pocket. I like that. Let's do that. Okay. See, every time I think I'm done, then I do some more. And this is basically, you know, whoever's journal it ends up being, it is their journal. You know, I like that. That adds a little balance. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, here we go. Here is our first piece of stationery. Cute. With our little bow, and our little birdie stamp, and our flower. And we just gotta like tuck it in here. It is gonna be a tad bit bulky because of the bow, but that is gonna go there. And on the back side, we've got this. You know, you never know. I may, after we get off here, I have to think about it. I might put something else on here, but for right now, oh, look how cute that is. I think that this is gonna be good to go, and we're just gonna tuck that right in there. And that's how that looks. And let's see how this works. This is, it's loose, but it's not flip-floppy. Yeah, I like it. It worked. It worked. I'm so excited. Hey, you guys, thanks so much for watching. As always, I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and I will see you next time. Bye.